Hey everyone, Spence from 45 Drives with another Tuesday Tech Tip. Today we're going to be talking about pre-signing objects using the S3 API. So the S3 API is one of our favorite things here at 45 Drives. It's super powerful, very versatile. You've seen Mitch do things like lifecycle management before with S3. One thing we don't really like about S3 and its API is the cost associated with actual S3 storage. But of course, our Ceph solution can communicate with the S3 API. I've been wanting to do kind of like almost a mini series of various S3 API objects that we can utilize, and today we're going to kick that off with pre-signing objects. So that's generating a URL with a specific expiration period that allows us to share a single file out in a very secure manner. So we'll hop into the command line and get that started. Alrighty, so we're just in the Aws gateway of one of my test Ceph clusters here, and we'll go ahead and install the AWS CLI. So that's like a command line extension for accessing the S3 API. It's a pretty quick install, so we'll just sit through this and then start the actual config process to make this usable in Ceph. So now that it's installed, we can go ahead and do this AWS Configure command. We pass it our access key and secret key from Ceph itself. This is an existing configuration, so my keys are already in there, but I'll put them in anyways just for the sake of completeness. Once we get our two keys in, the region and then the output format are going to be just default. With that configuration done, very quick config, we can go ahead and now list out buckets that exist and objects that exist within my cluster. So I'll check this Spencer test bucket at my endpoint, which is my actual Aws gateway. So that's labrgw2, 45lab.com. And then we can see a big list out of all the objects that make up that bucket. Getting into kind of the main point here though, we're going to pre-sign one of these objects, so make it shareable through a URL. So I'll go ahead and select this byte metrics.png file. I'll give it an expiration time, so we'll go with 3600 seconds. That's the default, but you can set that to whatever. Again, we have to specify the endpoint because Ceph has multiple potential S3 endpoints. You can see here, this is labrgw2. I also have an rgw1. But you can see here, that's generated a URL. With that URL, I'll just pop into my other monitor here and pull up Chrome. So we can see that it's outputted this image. This link will only work again for those 3600 seconds. After that time period, this link is gone. So it's a really convenient way to share out a file that you only really want one person to see and only want them to have access just to download it and then it's gone forever. So as you just saw, we can utilize the S3 API to share out an individual file in a fairly secure manner. We can assign that expiration date. If our RGW gateways are secured through like SSL, we can do HTTPS security. So there's all kinds of awesome use cases for that. Things like sharing out documents or confidential documents to only one or two people. There's all kinds of cool uses, and we'll get more and more into the S3 API over time. But that's pretty much it for this week. See you guys next time, and stay safe.